Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Debbie, and if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click that button down below and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. So today's look is going to be this one right here. Super excited to show you how I came up with this look. This is my go-to soft glam. This is super simple, super easy for everybody and anybody that is wanting to do a soft glam, of course. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, what products I used, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so we're just going to jump right in. As you can see, I have absolutely nothing going on in my face. I don't even have my brows filled in today. So I'm going to start off with that. I am going to go in with the Anastasia of Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This one is in the shade Dark Brown. And I'm just going to start filling in my brows. Alright, so now that I'm done filling in my brows, I'm going to go in with this from NYX. This is the NYX Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Beige. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to grab a brush, and I'm grabbing this one right here first. This is the JH43. And all I'm going to do is grab some of the product, and I'm just going to clean my brows. So basically I'm going to carve them out. And I'm also using that concealer as an eyeshadow base. Alright you guys, so for today's eyeshadow look, I am going to do something super glam but simple at the same time. This is something super easy that you can achieve without using any wing liner. So we're going to basically create that wing liner with some eyeshadow. So as you can see, I have my eyes prepped and ready. I am going to be using the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This is absolutely the best palette ever. I can use this for so many different things, and for today's look it's going to be perfect because it has all the shadows that I need to create a nice, you know, glam look. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So starting off with this brush right here, this is the Tapered Blending E35 brush. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go in with Riff, which is this one right here. And I'm just going to grab that shade, tap off any of the excess from the brush, and I'm just going to use that as my transition shade. So I'm just going to go back and forth in windshield wiper motion, and I'm also going to go in circular motion just to make sure we buff in the color, just like that. However much you want to use, you guys, it's really up to you. So you can make it really, you know, pop the color, or you can just use it very lightly, which is, I think, what I'm going to do. So I think that's good enough. I'm going to leave it just like that. And now I'm going to go back into the other eye right now. I'm going to grab a little bit more, tap off any of the excess, and just go right back in windshield wiper motion. I'm also going to blend the shadow to make sure it's very blended and it doesn't look harsh or anything, and we get an even amount of color on both sides. There we go. I think that is perfect. I can go in with a tad bit more over here. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I am going to grab something with a very fine edge just like this, and I'm going to start creating my wing liner. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this brush right here. This is a Morphe M507 brush, and I'm gonna go in with this shade Good as Gone from the palette, which is this one right here. It's more of a deeper brown. And with that brush, tap off any excess of the shadow, and I'm just gonna go in. I'm going to literally line this up with the lower lash line, and I'm just going to go in just like this and line my eye and basically give myself a wing liner. A wing eye. There you go. There you go. That's that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so line that up, apply it, and also blend it. There you go. And now what you can do is you can always go in with this and just blend it out on the lid just like that, slightly, just to give the eye a little bit more of a, you know, more definition. You could also bring it into the crease just like that. So whatever's left on the eyelid, just blend it out just like that. I'm gonna grab a little bit more, and I'm gonna use this right here again, and I'm just gonna line it up like that. Okay. And that is my wing look right there. Now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna grab a little bit of this here, this color again, Riff, and I'm gonna use my Tapered Blending E35 brush, and like I said, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of Riff, and I'm just gonna blend everything out just like this. Okay, now I'm going to grab a little bit of this color here. This is called Breakaway, and I'm going to use that on the lid just like that. And this is going to pretty much open up the eye a little bit. And it also has a tad bit of a shimmer, but nothing crazy. There you go. It's more of like a pearlescent shade, you know? So very nice, because like I said, it's gonna help open up the eye. I'm gonna go back in with that blending brush, and I have no additional product, just whatever's left, and I'm just blending everything out together. There you go. All right guys, so I'm back, and as you can see, I have my lashes on. Now what I'm gonna do is move on to face primer. This is the Essence Prime and Studio Glow Boosting and Pore Minimizing Primer with Pink Clay. So I'm gonna use this all over, and I really like this because it does give you a nice glow, and it does minimize the appearance of pores. So that's always nice. And since I am going to be using a matte foundation, I feel like this is going to give you a little bit of a glow underneath the foundation. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit. So it's not super flat, you know? So now moving on to the foundation. This one right here is the Maybelline 24-hour foundation, and I'm gonna use my Real Techniques sponge to apply this. All right, so moving on to concealer, I have really been loving this. This is the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. This one's in the shade number 6. And like I said, I've really been enjoying this one. I love the applicator. It's literally like super bendable. And I just love how easy it applies the concealer. I'm also gonna make sure I clean underneath right there. That little wing liner that we created. Make sure it's super sharp. And I'm also going to do the other side. I do feel like this concealer, I keep saying foundation, I don't know why. But I feel like this concealer does dry a little bit fast. So I would recommend, you know, doing one at a time if you know you're gonna take a little bit long to blend it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my Real Techniques sponge and just go in and blend it out real quick. And even though it's in the process of like drying, I feel like it still gives you a nice blend. You know what I mean? Like it still gives you another, like a couple more seconds to blend out, which is awesome. I really love this concealer, you guys. When I first tried it, I was just like shocked. I really thought I got a really light shade, which I did, but it blends out very nicely. All right, so I am gonna grab a brush just like this. This is more for like contouring and stuff like that, just to blend out the concealer in these corners of my eye, because the sponge is pretty big. And I'm also gonna use this to just make sure this is nicely blended out onto the crease so it looks pretty like cut, you know? There you go. Ooh, yes, that looks really good, you guys. I love this. And this is no wing liner, which is awesome. All right, so now I'm gonna go in and contour my face. I am gonna be using the Anastasia of Beverly Hills foundation stick, but this one is in the shade Mink, and I'm gonna use this as my contour. So suck in my cheeks. Contour my nose. Let's see how this works out. I'm not really good at contouring, so maybe more like bronzing, but this I want to make sure is nice and chiseled. So I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics brush, and I'm just going to gently blend this out. And let's hope that it gives me a little bit of a chisel, which you kind of see a little bit right there. Okay. Who needs plastic surgery when you can just easily contour and just correct everything you want? Look at that. Oh yes, it looks like I have a little bit of more cheekbone. I'm gonna blend out the nose right here. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I did like it that one time I used it, but sometimes, because I'm not used to it, you know? So I'm gonna just leave it the way it is. And I am gonna grab a little bit of my Makeup Revolution foundation stick. This is in the shade F13, and I am going to use this to cream bronze a little bit. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of the product, apply it right here onto the brush directly. This is a Sigma Angled Kabuki F84. I am going to gently tap, 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 and blend. Just like that, and just blend it all over. And I'm just going to make sure I go over all of these areas. So I contoured and bronzed at the same time. Well, one after another. Okay, so that's what we have going on right now. Doesn't look terrible. I actually really like the way it looks right now. I'm also going to grab my Real Technique sponge, and I'm just going to go over everything, and it's going to soften everything up. So it's going to soften up the bronzing and also the cream contouring. Oh my god, I actually see everything looking so amazing. I actually really do like the way it's looking right now. It looks so good. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go in and set my under eye, and I'm going to grab my RCMA powder. Around the nose. On the chin. Definitely in between the brows, because that is where I get the most oily. And on the forehead right there. There you go. Alright, so now I'm going to grab this Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot in the shade Peach. And I'm just going to use my Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm just going to apply a little bit on the cheeks, just to give me a little bit of a peachy, you know, a little bit of color on the face. Okay, so that's that. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to go in back with the eyes, and I am going to grab a pencil brush like this, and I'm just going to grab Good as Gone, which is this brown right here that we used as our liner, and I'm just gonna grab that and line the lower lash line, basically just attaching the top to the bottom. Alright, so now I'm going to grab this brush right here. This is the Morphe M562, and I'm going to grab a little bit more of that shade Good Is Gone right there from the palette. And I'm going to use the brush, and it's going to pretty much smoke out the bottom. This is actually my favorite brush. It literally does the work for you. It's going to blend everything out very effortlessly. Look at that. Doesn't look harsh. It looks perfectly smooth and even and blended out. I love this. You can also use this brush right in the crease if you'd like. It's really, really multi-use brush. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to grab a little bit of my highlighter, and the one I'm going to grab today, it is this one here. If I can grab it. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome in the shade Molten Gold, and I'm going to grab my Morphe M510 brush, and I'm just going to apply this right here on the high points of the cheek, right there. Gorgeous. I love this highlight, you guys. It is such a beautiful highlight. And it's such an intense highlight. Like, it just looks wet. You see that? Looks so good. Light bounces right off of this, and it just looks so good. I'm going to add a little bit on the tip of the nose, some on the Cupid's bow, because we already know. Got to hit those areas. What I'm going to do is I am going to grab a pencil brush, and I'm going to grab a little bit of the highlight and apply that on the inner corners of the eye, just to bring in a little bit more light into the eye. You don't have to do this, but I am. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with some brown eyeliner. This one is from Rimmel. And I'm just going to apply that on the lower lash line. And also on the top rim of the eye. For lip liner, I'm going to grab this one right here from MAC. This one is in the shade Whirl. For lips, I'm also going to grab this one from NYX. This is the soft matte lip cream in the shade Abu Dhabi, and this is one of my favorites. I almost forgot to go in and set my cream contour, so I am going to go in with the Maybelline City Bronzer. This one is in the shade 200, and what I'm going to do is grab my Kenzie brush, and I'm just grabbing some of this right here, and I'm just going to apply that all over the cream bronzer. And it's also going to help the contour as well. Just apply a little bit on the nose, down the neck. And now I'm going to go in with some mascara. I'm just going to make sure to apply a little bit on the lower lash line so the top doesn't look super heavy. I know I was a little bit out of order with everything today, but I'm going to finish everything off with the Rimmel Stay Matte Setting Spray. Alright guys, so this is the final look right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I absolutely love this Easy Glam. This is my Easy Soft Glam to be exact. It is so simple, so quick and easy, you guys. Anybody can do it. As you can see, it looks like I have a wing liner, but it is a shadow used to create a wing liner. And I also love this highlight. Like, look at this. This is like literally the light is bouncing off of this highlight, you guys. It is gorgeous. This is for really anything at all. It goes with every outfit, I feel like, for any occasion, any event. And yeah, hopefully, like I said, you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.